What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated three-division world champion, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, 26 wins, no loss and no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, he's made it abundantly clear that he's going to part ways with his longtime promoter, who is retired, legendary, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer turned promoter and founder of Mayweather Promotions, that being none other than Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he lets it be known that he's parting ways via his social media. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he sees that, fans are not happy that he's parting ways, and they're siding with Floyd Mayweather on this situation. And so Gervonta Tank Davis, he says, the fans are fickle. They're going to go from fighter to fighter, right? He stated that once upon a time, it was this fighter who was your favorite fighter. Now it's this fighter. So he said that once they get knocked down, you go on to the next. He says, so I guess fans are hoping that I get knocked down. And I guess the email champion is everybody's favorite fighter now, referring to undefeated WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Devin "The Dream" Haney, who has 27 wins, no loss and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 23 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Devin Haney, he's heading into a massive undisputed showdown with undefeated, newly crowned unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. That's scheduled to take place June 4th in the States, June 5th in Australia. So with that said, this has been a rivalry that has been brewing for quite some time. There's nothing new about the rivalry between Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, as they had two glorified sparring sessions that many people were clamoring over, seeing who exactly won the first fight, who exactly won the second sparring match, right? Father, trainer, manager, and CEO and founder of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, that being Bill Haney, he stated that Gervonta Tank Davis won the first sparring session with Devin Haney, but Devin Haney, he won the second sparring session with Gervonta Tank Davis, and Gervonta Tank Davis tapped out in the second session. Okay, so with that said, also in the first session, Gervonta Tank Davis is 27, Devin Haney is 23, so they're 4 years apart. And in the first sparring session, Devin Haney was 16 years of age. Gervonta Tank Davis was 20 years of age. In the second session, they was a little bit older. The gap was closer. And Devin Haney got the best of Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? And so those sparring sessions highlighted the rivalry to come as they turn professionals, okay? And so with that said, now they campaign in the same division. Devin Haney, he's been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. He wants to fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. He likes that fight. The fact that Devin Haney is close. He was brought up in the Mayweather boxing gym, okay? He was brought up being trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. He was brought up being taught by Floyd Mayweather Jr. himself, the late, great, legendary Roger Mayweather, Jeff Mayweather. He grew up in the Mayweather gym, okay? He's modeled his game, his approach to the sport of boxing after Floyd Mayweather. So he has a lot of respect, and so does his father, Bill, a lot of respect for the Mayweather family and the Mayweather brand. Okay, so Devin Haney, he responded to Gervonta Tank Davis parting ways from Floyd Mayweather, and he stated that he feel like, he needs to stay loyal to Floyd Mayweather. And if he's not looking to sign the biggest fights and make the biggest deals, then what's the point in parting ways with Floyd Mayweather? You might as well stay with Floyd Mayweather. If your argument, your case is the issue that you have is that you can't secure the fights, he's not securing the fights for you, he's not promoting you correctly, then you should go ahead and, stay with him, okay, if you're not going to look to make the biggest fights happen, okay? So with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis is now saying that Devin Haney is the email champion, which I completely disagree with. And he's stating that, I guess all the fans are going to flock to Devin Haney now because I'm parting ways with Floyd Mayweather, essentially is what he's saying. And he's letting it be known that's a fight he wants. He's the WBA, World Boxing Association's regular champion at 135. George Kambosos is the WBA super champion. So Devin Haney beats George Kambosos Jr., which is a 2-fight deal in Australia. So he's going to have the immediate rematch with George Kambosos. And then it looks like he has a third fight with top-ranked legendary promoter Bob Arum and ESPN to fight two-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko to defend the titles. But Gervonta Tank Davis, he campaigns at junior welterweight as well. And Devin Haney's expressed that after these fights, he's more than likely going up to junior welterweight 140. So we could see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Devin Haney at 140, okay? But he's the mandatory now, Gervonta Tank Davis, for the winner of that fight. We got to see how that unfolds, okay? Now, Devin Haney, he even went as far as to ask whatever reporters was present when he sparred Gervonta Tank Davis in the second sparring session to release the footage. He would pay them $10,000 to release that footage or to give him the footage so he could show the world what truly took place. Gervonta Tank Davis, in response to that, said that Devin Haney is a clout baby. He's clout chasing. He truly doesn't want to fight him. So this is a rivalry that's brewing. It's getting bigger by the day. Gervonta Tank Davis, he has a fight coming up with another opponent that's very unorthodox, very unpredictable, in undefeated WBA interim lightweight champion in Rolando Rolly Romero, who is 14 wins, no loss and no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. That's scheduled to take place May 28th, okay? So in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center in New York. So it looks like he has to get past, obviously, that fight. But Devin Haney is in a much bigger fight, much tougher fight, much more competitive fight against George Kambosos Jr., okay? And so with that said, George Kambosos has beat multiple champions. He beat Lee Selby. He beat Mickey Bay. He beat Teofimo Lopez. Now he's going to fight Devin Haney, okay? So he's fighting, high-level opposition. Devin Haney just fought 3 world champions. He fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, Jorge Linares, and then he fought Joseph Jojo Diaz in his last fight. This is his 4th straight world champion that he's going to fight. And he has to go to hostile environment all the way to Australia, the down under, as they call it, to compete against George Kambosos Jr. And many people feel like Devin Haney's also going to be competing against the judges and the referee and just the, atmosphere in itself, okay? So there's many people that are concerned that Devin Haney's not even going to get a fair shake. So Devin Haney clearly has to be focused on facing, George Kambosos, coming out victorious in that fight. And let's say he don't have an immediate rematch. Let's say he beats George Kambosos to the point where nobody's calling for it, or George Kambosos Jr., doesn't want to activate the rematch clause. Well, then it looks like he'll be facing Vasyl Lomachenko, depending on what's going on with Vasyl Lomachenko, who is 10 toes down on the soil in the Ukraine defending his home country. So boxing is the least thing on his mind currently as it stands. So we don't know when he's going to resume his career and when things are going to, those unfortunate chain of events that's taking place is going to come to a halt as well. But it looks like, that could be the next fight. Now, if Lomachenko is still unavailable, George Kambosos Jr. is not looking to, activate the rematch clause, well, then Gervonta Tank Davis is back in the same boat that he was in when, according to his longtime trainer and mentor, Coach Calvin Ford, looking to fight Lomachenko. He's going to be in the same similar boat because guess what? Devin Haney has signed a multi-fight deal and a contract with Bob Arum, Top Rank, and ESPN. So he's going to have to go through them to compete against Devin Haney. But the thing about it is now is if he part ways with Mayweather Promotions, well, he's going with GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions. He'll still be advised by PBC, Premier Boxing Champion founder and advisor Al Heyman. And it looks like he's still willing to stay with Showtime Boxing and Sports President Steven Espinosa. So looks like he's willing to stay that route. So if he stays that route, he still has the freedom, at least, to get a deal done with Bob Arum, Top Rank, and ESPN. Should Vasyl Lomachenko, should the dominoes fall in the manner of Lomachenko still not being available. George Kambosos not looking to activate his rematch clause. Once again, Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, they fight a week apart. He fights May 28th. Devin Haney fights June 4th, the very following weekend. This is a repeating pattern. Devin Haney fought December 4th. Gervonta Tank Davis fought December 5th. So there's a reoccurring pattern that's taking place here. But it looks like, this is going to be a mega fight in the making because, like I said, even if it's 3 fights down the line, let's say Devin Haney beats Kambosos, has to rematch him in the fall, then fights Lomachenko, he's going to move up to junior welterweight. Gervonta Tank Davis has already fought and competed at junior welterweight, and he'll be a promotional free agent, so it shouldn't be hard to get a deal done. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Oh, I wanted to attest to this. He called him an email champion, which I completely disagree with, because Devin Haney was the mandatory challenger for Vasyl Lomachenko. He was actually in position to fight Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist, British star, title contender, and Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC title that was vacated by 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia. Devin Haney was supposed to fight Luke Campbell for the vacant belt, but Lomachenko was allowed and stepped in and took the fight. And Devin Haney was supposed to fight the winner of that fight, but Lomachenko decided that he wanted to be franchised, and they elevated Devin Haney to the super champion. Just like you look at the situation with Jamal Charlo and Saul Canelo Alvarez, who initially in that July was the first one to be franchised, and Jamal Charlo was elevated to the super champion. Nobody considers Jamal Charlo the franchise champion. So you shouldn't consider Devin Haney the franchise champion. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.